Hey guys, what's going on? Ben here with EDC Blades. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're doing well. As you can see in the title, today's video is going to be 5 things to consider when you're starting out with EDC. This video is more for people who are either just starting out with EDC or if you're considering buying new gear to add to your rotation. So the first thing you should consider when you're starting out with EDC is carry what you need to carry. I know it's pretty basic, pretty simple, but you don't have to carry a bunch of gear every single day. For me, I plan out my day, I figure out where I'm going, what I'm going to be doing, and I plan accordingly. Usually I carry pretty much the same thing every day. If I have to, I will add a fixed blade knife or a lighter, maybe a multi-tool, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. I know what I'm going to do, I know what I'm going to carry, and I go about my day. Obviously, you know, if you have a bunch of extra space, a ton of pockets, and you want to carry some extra cool man gear, by all means, do it. You know, do what you want to do, carry what you want to carry. At the very least, carry the stuff you're going to need throughout your day to help you complete your tasks. So the second thing on the list of things to consider, especially if you're starting out, is you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. There's a ton of gear, it costs a ton of money. Obviously, if you're rich and you can afford to buy whatever you want and you don't have, you know, a wife or someone at home to give you a hard time about buying all the gear you want, buy it, get what you want. If you're on a budget like most people and you're not quite sure where to spend the extra money, do your research, watch the videos, but come up with a list of everything you think you're gonna need and prioritize that list. You know, for me, I like knives. I use my knife every day, so what I wanted was a nicer knife over a nicer flashlight or a nice wallet. So come up with your list, prioritize what you want and where you want to allocate that money. The important thing though is to make sure you actually get everything that's on your list. If you think you're gonna need something and you're gonna use it every single day, it's better to have it, even if it's a cheaper version of whatever that item is. It's better to have it and be able to use it and to even verify that you actually need it. Sometimes I'm guilty of it too. I buy gear that I know I'm not going to use it, but I still buy it because I like it. It's cool. So prioritize your list. It's okay to buy cheap stuff, and cheap, I mean less expensive. Obviously you don't want to buy bad quality gear, but it is better to have something that costs less that you can actually use. And even with that scenario, you can actually verify that you will be using that item. Prioritize your list, put your money towards the thing that you find most important, and then work from there. You can always upgrade items further down the road. So the third thing on my list of things to consider for everyday carry is don't lose your gear. I'm guilty of it, and I'm working on it, but I still lose gear. My wife and kids love to hide my stuff. They say they don't, but I don't believe them. I know they're moving my stuff and hiding it from me. But if you can maintain, you know, positive control of your gear, that way it's there when you need it, but also you don't have to spend the money to replace it. And I mean, again, simple, easy thing to do. Obviously losing stuff is not intentional. You don't mean to lose stuff, but and instead of having to put money into things you'd maybe rather not buy again, losing gear affects everybody. I remember my first quality knife. I bought a Gerber Applegate folder. I think I spent $90 on it. This is back in '04 when I was in Afghanistan. And again, I bought it because a bunch of cool guys in my platoon had the same knife and I wanted to be cool too. So I bought this $90 knife, even though I knew all I was going to be doing with it was opening MREs. So I bought the knife and within a week I lost it. It sucked. We were out in the middle of nowhere. We didn't really have access to the PX, so I couldn't replace it. So I had to rely on the $10 Gerber that I had. And, you know, I didn't lose that. I was still able to open my MREs. And I'm sure if I looked at my gear, I could probably still find that pocket knife. You know, for this one, it's pretty simple. It's just try not to lose your gear. All right, the fourth thing to consider when you are starting out with EDC, or if you're thinking about upgrading your EDC, is to know your state and local laws. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know everything, and you have to do your own research and find your own stuff. But it is imperative that you know the local laws and state laws where you are and wherever you're going to be, if you're going to be traveling or whatever. In some places it's illegal to have a fixed blade knife concealed. I live in New York where it is ridiculously restricted. You can't even own an out the front knife or an automatic knife. It's considered that if you are in possession of one, that you are either on your way or on your way from assaulting someone. I don't get it, but those are the laws. Some states, like I said, you can't conceal a fixed blade knife. So that tiny little 1.5-inch neck knife that you're wearing under your t-shirt is illegal, or could potentially be illegal wherever you are. So things like that will help keep you from getting in a jam, and it'll help keep you from wasting money on things that you're not allowed to have anyway. So, if you're considering a knife, pepper spray, even slingshots, New York, you can't have certain slingshots. So before you start buying stuff and spending the money, make sure whatever you're ordering is legal and you're allowed to own it in your state or area. All right, guys, so the fifth thing on the list to consider when you're starting with EDC is to try not to be too showy. Not everybody is comfortable around knives or hatchets or guns or whatever it is. So sometimes just a little discretion can keep you from getting into trouble, help keep you from being harassed. I know when I was reviewing this sheepdog, Kaiser Sheepdog XL, I knew if I pulled it out in public, it might cause some ruckus. I knew when I pulled it out to cut open a box or twine or something around my in-laws or my wife, I knew I was going to get the comment, why do I need such a big knife? Oh, that's super scary. It's very intimidating. And again, not everybody is into knives and stuff like that. So sometimes it's best just to kind of have a little discretion and keep it a little less public. There's plenty of Karens out there who are willing to call the cops because they saw the pocket clip on your pocket knife. And so, to help keep you from being harassed, sometimes the less exposure that you have, the better. So with EDC, it's basically specific and personal to you. So you really should just make it your own. If you love Damascus steel, buy it. Get the good stuff. No, your stuff doesn't have to match. But guess what? If you want your stuff to match, you can do that. You should have fun with it. You should love the stuff you own. Carry it consistently and make sure you know how to use your gear properly. These are just some of the tips I have for beginners. Obviously, there's more stuff out there that you should learn and take into consideration when you're starting out. So make sure you're safe with all your gear. Make sure you get the training you need. Set yourself up for success and try and be a positive member in the everyday carry community. All right, thanks for watching. Please help the channel out by hitting that like and subscribe button. And if there's something you want to see in the future, or if there's anything you want to add to this list, please put it in the comments below. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your time, and have a great day.